We have gathered here today on Broken Dolly TV with me, Gypsy, to say farewell to these two Ken dolls' awful suits. We're going to give them some restyles, okay? They both feature two different head sculpts. Brandon is this guy, and Julio is this guy. And we've seen Brandon before a couple other dolls. The only other one I have in my collection is this dude. He's from the Barbie Looks family. And I call him Valdiani. Valdiani is a doctor in my collection, so he's always dressed very prim and proper. And these two have the same face, but you see they clearly have different skin tones. The screening is similar, but you can see that there's a difference. And Valdiani does not have rooted hair. He's got flocked hair instead. So this is the difference. This guy comes with a made-to-move body already. He's actually a pretty good body donor for some other dolls with stiff bodies. But he's the only one I have in my collection, so we're not going to use him for a body donor. Then we have Julio here, who is the same face sculpt we've seen on a really expensive collector doll. King Ocean Ken, I think. He was like a merman or something. But of course, not that many of us were able to get that doll just because he up there in price, you know what I'm saying? So, our high value man decided to humble himself and become a holiday Ken with a stiff body so that more of us could add him to our collection. But unfortunately, he's got a real weird skin tone that I just cannot find a match for. So this doll I thought could have been a contender. And he's also a very similar color to Valdiani here. These two are pretty much the same tone. But I don't think that they are a good match for each other because Julio has a little bit more of a pinkish hue in his skin. He's like a little more red. It's not going to work. But if you're desperate and you don't mind him looking like he got a whole tan just in the face, then you can get away with this body for him, okay? But I have a extra one of this dude that I want to save for my Ken Couture. So I'm going to leave that be and just hope and pray that I can find a substitute body for these two. Perhaps Integrity Toys has something we can work with, but I don't really know at the moment if they do or not. So I'll have to do more research on that. If I find out, I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, I have to style these guys in their original state. I mean with their original bodies, but I can't have them looking like this, okay? Because these guys is giving me scrub energy with these whack little outfits they've got on. A lot of people were complaining that these suits, once you snip away the closure, which is these buttons here that don't even snap, it's just like a piece of thread or something that's holding it in place. They're basically useless because you can't close it back up again, so he always has to have it open, and the jacket doesn't sit on the body right when it is open. So a lot of people were complaining about that, which is such a shame. I'm sure I could reuse the pants in another outfit probably, so I'm not too worried about that. But I don't tend to have a lot of dolls that dress up in like tuxedos anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. I really only got these guys for their heads. While they have to suffer on these horrendous bodies, the bodies are model muse bodies. Of course, they are the more statuesque looking bodies. If you're going to have them on a stiff body, these are probably better than like a fashionista's body. But this is like painstaking for me to have to do this, okay? I figured what we'll do is we'll restyle them. I'm going to wash the crispity crunchiness out of their hair. Both of them have pretty much the same hairstyle, which is like hair on top and then the sides are supposed to look like they're shaved. I think they're actually different lengths. Julio here looks like he's got shorter hair than Brandon. So I guess that's a thing. But the style itself is pretty much the same. So what I have is a bunch of clothes that I got from Amazon that are for boys, and we're going to pull them out and take a look at them and see if there are any pieces here that we can put on the boys to spruce up their looks and just customize them a little bit so that they're more display ready. As you can see, I've got a ton of dolls in their original state here in the front row because these are dolls that need to get customized, and there's just like so many of them. So I'm trying to work through the dolls that I have here and not overwhelm myself, although I'm not doing a very good job of it. And I thought I would start with these guys because they seem like the easiest to take care of and just get off of my dolly station here so that I can feel more organized because the clutter is driving me absolutely insane. First, I want to do something about this crunchiness that they've got going on with their hair. It is so stiff. Like, you can't even see the grade of hair that they're working with. So let's do that first. All right, so we have these blank slates now to work with. We've washed all of the gook out of their hair, and it's still a little bit damp, so we're just going to let it dry while we're styling them. You can see here how different their skin tones are, and their bodies look like, to me, they're the same pose. So I'm guessing all of the Holiday Ken guys are the same pose. One of the things I don't like about these Model Muse bodies is that they always seem slightly slanted to me, just like the way that the legs are and the feet are. They never feel like they're just flush on the stand, and they're just so annoying for me to like pose. So that's part of the reason why I don't really like them. But they do have a nice, heavy, substantial kind of weight to them, so they don't feel all flimsy and hollow like fashionistas' bodies do. So that's something I do like about them. So I got a set of outfits here. So this is the first one that came with an order I got from Amazon. It has a jacket and an undershirt, which strangely enough has the Velcro on the side of the shirt instead of the back, and the jeans that have little scuffs in them with Velcro in the back, and then basically a second outfit just like that, but in a lighter denim color. So these two actually came together, and I'll put the listing picture up here for you guys so you can see what it was that I ordered. And I do have this outfit and all the other stuff I'm about to show you that's from Amazon. They're already in my Amazon storefront for you guys. All you have to do is click on the list that's titled Fashions for 1/6 Scale Dolls, something to that effect. I have like curated lists where everything is divided up by category. So you'll find those over there if they're still available when you're watching this. I thought these might look good on these guys, so I'm going to try them on each guy and see what we end up with. So as I'm situating this shirt on dude, I'm just noticing that this Velcro opening on the side, you do have to configure this shirt in a certain direction. Like when you put it on, you want the Velcro on this side, not the other side, because if you put it on the other way, you see how you can kind of see the Velcro opening there on the side? You're going to be able to see that from the front here. So you don't want to do it that way. But this is like a little bit awkward, the way the placement of the Velcro is. I'm not sure if I like this or not. It's a little strange, like trying to get his head and his arm into it, especially with a stiff body. But let's just keep going. Another thing I'm noticing is that the closure on the back of the pants, the placement of the Velcro is slightly different than what we're kind of used to with Mattel pants. There isn't a piece of fabric here that this is sewn down to. It's just like a little tab here of the felt, and then you basically stick your Velcro to the felt, and this is how it's closing basically. So there's like a little gap, a little opening here a little bit, but this makes it possible for you to extend the waist a little bit more if you have a doll with a broader waist that you're trying to get these pants on. Now with this shirt, which is the white color, it's very sparkly. I think officially I don't like that the closure is on the side like this. I think it would have been a lot better. Like, I don't understand the function of this. Why? Why did you guys do this? There's no reason for it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's interesting that on this one, the Velcro opening is on the opposite side of the black one. My preference is for it to be in the back because I don't want to see this like demarcation here if I want to just have this piece being worn alone without the jacket over it. So now we've got both of our boys in their respective outfits, and I'll just tell you now the things I like about these outfits is that even though they came as a set, they don't look exactly like each other. So like one has long sleeves, one is a vest. There's two different colored shirts underneath, and each pair of jeans, they don't have the like scuffs in the same spots or in the same style. You see this one is a little bit more ripped up looking. Also in the back, that ripped effect goes all the way through to the back of the outfit as well, which is great detail. With these pants, it's a little bit more subtle, and you see here on the back you don't have any rips for this outfit. So I like that there's that little difference between the two and you're not getting like carbon copies of each other, just in different colors. And the other thing I like as well is that they have stitched details. So you will see here that there are some buttons on here, but the buttons are not functional. They're not gonna, work as closures for you. So if you do want to close these pieces, you're gonna have to attach your own closures. And also you see that there's actual stitching running through the entire outfit. None of this is printed on, which is a lot of times what we get with Playline Barbie stuff. So for the price that I paid for these outfits, I feel like they're competing with Barbie's better quality stuff. And even like this, the little split in the wrist, in the denim, there's also some like scuffs here in the collar. It's just little details like this that I appreciate, and I think it makes the outfit look more authentic. I didn't have any shoes that came with these pieces. The shoes you see them wearing are from the mini Zuru balls. They're like the sneakers that came with those balls. He's got on the white classic Reeboks, and then this guy has on the Airwalks. And my Brandon sculpt here is rocking the little Reebok hat that came with the shoes that I thought matched with the outfit because it's like royal blue. I will say, obviously with the jacket on, you can't really see his shirt underneath, but I'm not really that concerned about it because it's so shiny. I just feel like, is this a realistic shirt that a dude rocking an outfit like this would have on underneath? I don't think so. Like, it's to the point where it's almost glittery. And I feel like this shirt would actually be better on a female doll instead. Or like my daddy character, who's very flamboyantly gay, okay? Like, he don't give a damn. He will just come outside in a tutu. He don't care. So maybe somebody like that, I would put this on. But for this character, I don't really see this character wearing a shirt like that underneath. And then the plain black shirt under is fine too. And I do like the effect that even though these are wife beaters underneath that they're wearing, you can't necessarily tell. Like, if this jacket was on top of this shirt could look like it's a long sleeve underneath. Like, you can't really tell. So I like that, the versatility of the shirts underneath. If I had to rate this set, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10 because there's so many pieces that you can work with here that you can incorporate into your doll's wardrobe, and you don't have to use them as a set. You can piece everything apart and still get a really nice, finished, clean, like quality look for your dolls. And I don't want for my boy dolls to look like little like babies. I don't want them to be dressed in all these crazy loud colors and designs that make no sense, that a grown man would never wear. Like, I just don't want them looking like that. I want them to look like real people. So I feel like I get that effect with the pieces that come with this set, but I don't think I would pair these together like this. I would break everything up and like work them into other outfits. So the next set comes with a few different pieces, a lot of pieces actually. And actually what I did with all of these clothes that I'm showing you guys, I went ahead and ironed everything, because when you take these clothes straight out of the packaging, they're all a wrinkled mess. So you can't really get the full scope of how everything looks. So this set comes with 5 pants, 3 long and 2 short. Isn't 2 short a wrapper? Then it comes with a short sleeve shirt, a long sleeve shirt that's supposed to look like a button up, a short sleeve shirt that's supposed to look like a button up, and a jacket. This jacket has a little embroidered little design on the back, but I don't think this is actually sewn on. I'm pretty sure this is like a patch that they just glued on or something, but whatever. Glued on, ironed on. Oh, maybe they ironed it on because it's very flush to the jacket. Fake pockets here. Just flaps, not actual pockets. And opens with Velcro in the front. So this is basically supposed to be like a flight jacket here, which is really cool looking. I'm not sure if I want to try all of these on these guys, but let's see what we end up with. Okay, so I just want to show you that this particular set, they don't come exactly like this. The pieces that I have here may not be what you end up with if you order the same thing, because all the pieces are random and the seller just kind of picks out what they send you. So I just happen to luck out and get some pieces that I can like mix and match together to make a complete outfit with, but there's no guarantee that the pieces you get will actually work together as a cohesive outfit. Like, for example, these pants that have like this print on it, you could pair them with the plain black, but you might end up with something like this that already has a print on it and it would just clash. and the same with these shorts that have plaid on them, and the same with this top that's got like a print on it. It might not necessarily match the pants that you end up with. So I just want to warn you ahead of time. And before I forget, they actually come with shoes as well. 5 different pairs picked at random. I think all of the shoes that come with this set are basically like clones of Barbie shoes that we've already seen before. But the material they're made out of is like a softer vinyl, so it's flexy. So I kind of like that better. I like the texture of it a little bit better. And you can kind of move it around on the doll's foot to fit the doll's feet as needed, depending on what kind of feet you're working with, you know, because sometimes it's a little bit harder to get shoes on and off for the dolls that have ankle joints. But these guys don't have that issue, so it really doesn't matter. Before I put the jacket on him, I just wanted to show you what Brandon looks like with this plain black t-shirt on. This one, unlike the other ones we were looking at with the Velcro on the side, has the Velcro on the top, thank you. But the pants in this set are very similar to the ones that we saw in that other set that have like that strange closure tab thingy in the back. They're all built like that, so something to keep in mind. One of the shorts though, these have elastic band instead of actual closures, so you don't have to open or close anything for that one. Okay, so this one I paired with the plain jeans, the black shirt that's plain, and he's just got on some like wannabe Timbs or something, some kind of like boot type of dressy looking shoes. They kind of remind me of Timberland's field boots or construction boots, something similar to that. They're just brown. And then I want to try this green jacket on him with it. So here he is with the flight jacket on, obviously because it closes in the front with Velcro. You can't see his black shirt underneath except for the little bit that's peeking down here. But technically, because you can't see the shirt, you kind of don't even need to put a shirt on under the jacket if you don't want to, if you want to save an extra piece of clothing for another doll or whatever. But I don't think it looks bad. I'm not bothered by the paper airplane on the back, which is a little bit silly. Why is that there? It doesn't need to be there. But I'm not bothered by it because for the most part, we don't really look at the backs of our dolls, and it's not like a really gaudy, obstructive kind of a design there. So I'm not really bothered by that. But I could see this being spruced up a little bit more with like maybe some patches or something. That might be kind of cool, but I like it just the way it is, and I'm pretty sure that you can fit these onto your female dolls as well. I even think you can get a curvy doll into this jacket, so that's a plus. Anytime I can use something for my curvy dolls, I'm with it. I don't mind the fit of the pants on him as well. I think this look is a go for him. I haven't decided yet if I want to give him facial hair because I have 2 Brandons right now and they're both got like an Asian type of look. With Valdiani, he looks more like a Filipino, Cambodian kind of a dude. And with this guy, more like the Asians in the north, like the Korean, Japanese, Chinese, those guys. I've already renamed him Juwon, which was the name of my baby who was stillborn last year. And his first name was Juwon, so I decided I would give him that name just to kind of have the name in my collection as a tribute to him. And Juwon is a Korean name, but I don't necessarily want him to be a Korean guy. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Whatever. I'm working on the character lore for this guy, but like he's kind of incomplete to me right now because he has no joints. So I just know that I want his name to be Chuan. For Mr. Julio here, he's wearing the button-up looking piece that came, but this is Velcro here in the front that closes up, and then we've got the plain white pants on him, and he's also wearing the shoes that came with this set as well. Just some regular dressy looking kind of shoes. What do they call those things? Boat shoes? Something like that. He's wearing a hat that he stole from the Super Bowl Barbies, but it somehow kind of matches the outfit. Like the colors in this print up on the front of the hat goes with the colors that are in the outfit. But I can always turn it around where it's plain and just rock it like this with just the plain white side as well. So we can kind of get away with either or. For this look, I think the pieces are all very good quality. Like for it to be some random Chinese company's clothes for no name brand dolls, I think that this is really good. Remember back in the day when we used to have Sparkle Girls clothes that were like $2 per pack? Quality wise, I would say these are a step above those, and those were decent quality, good enough for us to kind of compensate for Barbie doll clothes, right? I'm looking at these the same way. I still have a few more pieces here left that I can play around with on these guys, but I don't have the stamina for that, and I still have to edit this video, and it's getting kind of long for me just because I'm still recovering from multiple strokes. Every day I just have to go day by day to figure out what I have energy to do, and if I make the video any longer, then I won't be able to expend my energy to clean this mess up that I done made. Edit this video, cook dinner, and do all the other things I need to do around the house. So I'll have to end it here, unfortunately. But as you know, I still have so much work to do. So we're probably going to save these leftover pieces for some other male dolls that I still need to do some stylings with. In the meantime, I'm going to find a spot on my wall for these guys. Oh yeah, and Julio, I gave him the name of Gilberto. It's funny because I knew a boy named Gilberto when I was very young, when I was a teenager. And his little brother's name was Julio. So when I saw that this sculpt's name was Julio, I decided to call him Gilberto because I didn't like Julio. Me and Julio did not get along. We used to fight all the time, but his older brother Gilberto and I got along very well, and I liked him. So I was like, I'm gonna give him his brother's name. So that's Gilberto for me and Juan for me, but this is the Brandon sculpt and the Julio sculpt for you guys. So let me know what you guys think of my little mini restyle of these two. And for guys who don't have the ability to be posed any other way, what can I do, right? We gotta work with what we got. And I don't want them to just be these floating heads just like waiting around for a body, because I don't have this sculpt in my collection at all, and I want to be able to see him out on the shelves. This is my second Brandon sculpt, and I also want to be able to see him. And though I love me some Valdiani and his jointed body, he's a little too serious sometimes, you feel me? So I might have to put him away for a little while, because he's more like a character that I have for storytelling rather than for display. But I like that this guy has hair, and maybe I'll like add some facial hair to him just to change him up a little bit from the way that the other Brandon sculpt I have looks, because I don't want them to look alike. So we'll see about that. You'll be seeing these guys probably in the backgrounds of my videos moving forward. But if you have any questions about them, let me know. If I give them body upgrades, of course, I will share that with you guys and let you know which bodies I ended up using for them down the line if we ever come across some bodies. But they might not be Barbie bodies. They might be from a different brand. So just stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. My name is Gypsy, and if you are looking for links for any of the products that I'm talking about today in this video or in general, make sure you check out my product links and my Amazon storefront link, and also my eBay shop where I'm listing all the stuff that I'm downsizing and purging out of my collection. They're all in the info bar, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a dolly day.